Hey everybody, how's it going today? It's Robin here with Oracle Rising. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. So, today's topic, I wanted to discuss the universal laws. So, I think everybody's really familiar with the law of attraction and what it means and how to work it. So, there are a bunch of other universal laws that I think they get kind of overlooked in the pursuit of, attracting in wealth and abundance. So I'm just here to do a little bit of a reminder of the remaining universal laws, and I hope you guys find this educational and fun. And once again, I really appreciate you guys being here. So quickly remember to subscribe to the channel and let me know what you think of the video, and if there's anything else that I should be discussing to help you guys on your journeys, just throw me a comment or email me. It's oraclerising2@gmail.com. I don't know how I rated the two, but there it is. So anyway, guys, I have a little bit of a list here. I'm going to read from it. So the first one I have here, and it's really funny when I research these subjects, you guys, it's like different websites have different things, so I hit a bunch of different references so I can get you guys the best information possible. So this one's super important, you guys. The law of oneness. And this is saying that everything is connected. Everything, everyone, we're all sort of woven from the same fabric, but we're here expressing different facets of the universe on separate journeys. So this is why self-talk is really important. Also, when you're saying something sarcastic about somebody or being mad at somebody else or running somebody down, or let's throw out some things that people experience when they don't like other groups of people, like being racist or homophobic, all these judgments and these hate feelings and anger. It is just reverberating in the super consciousness that weaves us all together. So everybody's being touched by that, including the person that is hurling insults or fear or anger. So on this vein, it's important to keep it cool, yo. And like, there's certain things that I don't understand about people, why they are like that, but everybody's here to express their own journey, and we're here on our journey to bring the vibration of the planet up. So just really keep that in mind. Like, everything echoes out into eternity, and it finds other like-minded thoughts to join, so the law of oneness, we're all connected, even though there is the illusion of separateness. All right, so the second one I have here is the law of vibration. So, and I talk about vibration quite a bit, because you can raise your vibration. And again, the lower level vibrational emotions are hate, anger, fear, jealousy, all the petty, ugly stuff that gets people into trouble. And then sorrow and stuff like that. And then you resonate like joy and love is the highest end of the scale. And so depending on where you are on this scale, and you can Google and get a scale of it, it's pretty cool. You'll attract things that match that vibration. And not only that, you'll just feel better. If you look at an angry person and, they look like their forehead is going to explode and beet red and, high blood pressure, and just, it's ugly. It's not attractive at all. I got a sneeze coming on here, guys. Hold on. So it's also important to, maintain sort of alliances with high vibrational people, because it's going to affect you too. And even music, some of it is not good for you. You might want to check out what sort of vibration the music that you listen to is emitting. And for some of it, it's self-explanatory. There's some like that death metal rock that I just don't understand. Like, and people seem pretty mad while they're listening to it. So keep that light too, and look at the vibration of the things around you, and you might want to start moving things around. And this is probably what feng shui is based off of, but I'm just taking a shot in the dark. So the third one, and this is going to be one of my longer videos probably because I have 15, law of correspondence. And this one is really, really interesting. It's like the external reality is a reflection of your internal reality. So how you are feeling, how you are thinking, it's all going to reflect itself, you know? So it's like you're going to attract in happier people or happier circumstances, you know. And if you have negative karma, you might start getting things like speeding tickets and you know, extra, I don't know, bills, like repair bills, things breaking down, that kind of a nature. And if you're in a happy place, you might find like 20 bucks on the sidewalk, like I did the other day. It was pretty exciting. You know, just things like that. And just, you have to recognize, like, if you're really not impressed with what's going on around you externally, it's time to have a look at, you know, the man in the mirror, as Michael Jackson so wisely said. Okay, so then the fourth one is the one that I think we're all very familiar with. It is the law of attraction. Okay, so the law of attraction is based on like attracting like. So affirmations are really helpful, but it's, you know, the affirmations are trying to get you in that mood, in that feeling, to attract in like-minded scenarios, like people, like wealth and abundance, like a soulmate. And again, like if you're attracting in somebody that is not the greatest person, it's really easy to go and look at the people that you're pulling into your life and say, oh, it's them, oh, it's them, oh, it's them. But if you're having repeated cycles of pulling in negative scenarios, not so great partners, and I want to talk about that because I did that for a long time, and I finally came to the place where I understood that I was the one that needed healing, which is why I've been single for so long. But anyway, you know, whatever it is that you're trying to attract into your life, the vibration starts with you. Everything starts with you, okay? So I think that's, I'm going to say important probably 100 more times. Okay, so, and then there's the law of inspired action. Okay, so what this means is that you get signals and signs from your team and spirit to start doing things. You know, you could have a vision about something, and you could have a yearning or a call to do something, but it's not going to go anywhere unless you actually take steps, you know. So the internal nudges to act, and I'm going to give you guys an example. Like it's just been over 2 years since I started my first YouTube channel where I do the tarot card readings, Aries Fire Tarot, if you're at all interested. And that just sort of struck me out of nowhere, and it was pretty close to after when my paternal grandmother passed away. So I followed that, but you know, you need to actually take the steps to do it. You're getting like guided to do things. Like famously, Joan of Arc was like that. You know, she was like, okay, yeah, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and do that, but whatever. So you got to follow those. That's your higher self. That's your team and spirit, your angels going, hey, psst, we need you to do this now. So go ahead. And it's actually part of your journey, you know, your soul plan. So this one, the perpetual transmutation of energy. Okay, so this is basically taking negative energy and turning it into positive energy. And that's, you know, the more that you go and ascend and you start to understand yourself and other people a little bit better, you know, and you're shielding yourself as an empath where things aren't affecting you as much as they might have before, you'll be able to take energy and manifest it into something that is actually going to fuel you, or you'll be able to, not be affected so negatively from it. So this is why people say that there is positive in everything, because you can take a negative situation or negative energy and use it for you instead of against you. Um, okay, so this one, I love this one, the law of cause and effect. Um, it's basically what goes around comes around, right? What people call karma. So this is why I don't worry about people that have slagged me off, or that they're just not nice people. This is why I never respond to people like that, because it's not my journey to take care of them, or to retaliate against people, because that's going to come back around. Those angry words that people might spew out, those are boomerangs, and maybe it's going to take a little bit longer than you or I might like to. We want it to happen immediately, but that's not up to me. Like, I'm not the universe. I'm just here to have my own journey. And if I need to be somewhere where somebody needs to yell at me for a minute, or cut me off in traffic, or, steal my parking spot, I'm like, okay, yeah, all right. So, and the stuff that is intentional, when people are intentionally doing stuff like that, and you feel like you want to go like flip out on somebody or do it back, this is where I urge people to just, cool your jets a little bit. People that are intentionally negative, mean, rude, things do come back around to them, and it's not up to us to take care of that. So you can like sort of release ownership. Sometimes you're just there because you're there, so you don't have to take it personally. There are certain extreme circumstances where, you could be victimized by people. I've talked about some of my journey a little bit. I had a very abusive parent, and that led me into dating really abusive people. So, but I never intentionally planned on getting back at people, because that negative energy will come back on them. So I hope that all made sense, you guys. So the law of compensation, and this one is something that I really love, and Oprah Winfrey talks about it a little bit. This is efforts being rewarded by the universe. Being in service to other people. You do get rewarded by happy circumstances, meeting happy people. For some people, they get really like financially rewarded. Look at Oprah Winfrey. I believe she is a billionaire at this point in her life, and that's because she spent her life serving other people. If you ever watched one of her Oprah Winfrey shows, when she had the talk show, like, she was always just like the happiest person in the world. It was mind-blowing. So you will be taken care of by the universe when you do well, when you do good, when you have the highest intention, and I know sometimes people wish that it would be a little bit more, a few more zeros, but that's not up to me either. Okay, so we have the next one is the law of relativity, and this is to be grateful for what you have. And I do this too, you guys, where I think that sometimes things are going too slow, or like I'm not a big fan of where I live because the climate is so ridiculous. But finding gratitude in, like, do you have shoes to wear? Do you have a bed to lie down in? Do you have your next meal? Do you know what I mean? Just the small things and the big things, and find something to be grateful for, because by not being grateful for what you have, like, how do you expect to get anything else? Do you know what I mean? It's just find a way to live your life in utmost gratitude, because you woke up breathing, or you have a great friend, or you have a job to go to. A lot of people don't anymore. So keep that in mind, you guys. The law of rhythms, and this one is really interesting, and there's something about this that really corresponds. I'm listening to this audiobook right now. It is The Ancient Secrets of the Flower of Life, and I really recommend that to you guys. This is the law of rhythms, and life rolls in cycles. So And they had this extensive topic covered in that audiobook that I was telling you about, how the north and south poles flip, and it goes in a certain rhythm. And so does, our journey around the sun and the seasons, and everything goes in a rhythm. And this is where the saying, go with the flow comes from, because you can't, like, if you're swimming upstream all the time, you're absolutely exhausted, and you'll see things have an ebb and flow like the waters do. The moon has cycles, and so does your life, so pay attention to that and really start to feel more comfortable in that, and then things should start to go easier for you. So the law of polarity, guys, is understanding that everything has an opposite. Everything in your life has an opposite. If you have a bad mood, you're able to find a good mood, If there's winter, there's summer. When you start thinking about things like that, if you're in a position right now where you might not have the most money, there's the opposite of that, and you're able to tune into that. So understanding that everything has an opposite and being able to look for it, this is something I think you guys should do a little bit more research on for yourself until it makes sense. But everything does have an opposite, up and down. So you can wait for the next thing to come along or try and manifest it using the rest of the universal laws that we're talking about. Okay, so we have the law of gender, and I've talked about divine feminine and divine masculine energy in separate videos. So everything has feminine and masculine energy in it. So there's a complete balance between masculine and feminine, and it's in everything. And again, this one was a really long, extended topic, and I'm not sure if everybody knows about this one, the law of gender. That's why we have the symbol with the yin and yang. It's the positive, negative, masculine, feminine, everything balances. So that's something else to balance in yourself. And right now, there's more masculine energy driving the human race, and that's why the planet, it's part of the reason why the planet is so out of balance and chaotic and just a disaster. All right, so we have the law of gestation. So this is exactly what it says. Everything takes time. You're trying to attract things. Let's take the gestation period of a human. So you have, why do I want to say inception, but I'm sure that's the wrong word. You have to wait 9 months for your baby, and everybody knows that. So you're like, oh, 9 months. So the universe doesn't give you a timeline of the gestation of the thing that you're trying to attract, which is why we say everything comes in divine and perfect timing, because it's gestating. Sometimes people get really impatient about that. And I'll give you guys an example from I used to be a server for a long time, and you know how people get hangry and they just think that they're the center of the universe. Anyway, I just put their order in, and like 2 minutes later, they're like, where's my food? And I'm like, well, we're going to cook it for you first. So just hang in there. All right. So, you know what I mean? You got to just hang in there because it's being cooked, the law of gestation. So the law of belief, you guys, your thoughts become reality. Your positive thoughts and your negative thoughts, everything becomes reality. And this is why people do things like spelling. They do the law of attraction affirmations. You write things down, journaling. And also, this is why we cancel and clear, delete negative thoughts, words, and actions, and override them with positive messages, because if you think that something's going to go wrong, it probably will. If you think that you're going to have an argument with somebody, you probably will. So be really mindful of what you're speaking into the universe, because it's going to go swim away and find things that match it and go, here you go, So just keep it clean, keep it positive. So the last thing I have, you guys, is the vacuum law. And I don't, that's not about vacuuming your carpet, although you can come and do mine. Um, this is creating space for the new. So I'll give you guys an example. I wanted a new set of luggage because, you know, I like to travel when I can. So I had this ratty old set of bags, and they were just so gross. They were getting really embarrassing at the airport already, but I'm like a little bit of a miser sometimes. So I actually donated them. I know, I just gave them to Value Village, I think, or somewhere. It doesn't even matter. And then, like, the next week, my mom got me a new set of bags. So it was creating that space. I was hanging on to them for dear life, and I hadn't even had a trip planned or anything like that. But I just said, okay, you know, I read about this vacuum loss. I thought I'd test it out. So I made the space, and I left that space in my cupboard open, and then ta-da, I got the new bag. So it all worked out really, really well. And I think my ta-da just woke up Lacey. So anyway, guys, you know, there's much more happening than the law of attraction, and it's great to work the law of attraction, but what if you don't understand the rest of the laws about, you know, gestation and being patient with the universe, you know, about the vibration, and you're attracting in what you feel. So it's really important to work kind of all the steps, all the laws of the universe, so that you can, biggest plane in the world, hold on. Honestly, did you guys hear that? I thought it was gonna land on the roof of my house. So I was like, whoa. So anyway, yeah, understanding all the laws of the universe is gonna really help you on your path to manifesting your highest timeline, your most beautiful life. So I hope this was helpful, guys, and thanks for hanging in here. I know it was a bit of a long one for me. I usually keep them around 10 minutes, but anyway, I'm gonna go snuggle Miss Lacey because she looks super warm and comfortable right now. So you guys have a great day ahead. Namaste. Bye.